Hello, good evening. Thank you for coming out this evening to your living room or den or wherever you are in your own home. This evening I'll be performing an approximately 20-minute concert that will feature repertoire exclusively from the Canadian Musical Theatre canon. This concert is made possible through financial support from the National Theatre School and CBC Arts as part of their Art Apart program, which is for students and recent graduates of fine arts programs from across the country. You can find their website in the description of this video, and I highly encourage you to go and check out the incredible work that has been done so far, as well as the work that has yet to come as it becomes posted. So my goal is to kind of a bit of a laid back concert this evening. And I have 7 selections for you. The first 2 are from Eastern Canada, which is of course where I'm from, and I'm so excited to get to do these because I love these 2 musicals. So the first one is Wonderin' from the musical Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery, which takes place on Prince Edward Island, which is not too far from where I am right now, which is Halifax. And the second piece is Saturday Morning from the follow-up musical Anne and Gilbert. So I'll get started. Wondering, all at once I'm wondering what it's like to grow up and have someone show up who'll be awful nice, and you'll be such a silly fool. She'll never look your way. Wondering, now they'll all be wondering, and they'll gab like parrots, 'cause I called her carrots. Wondering what it was that hit me, and blundering like I might be wondering if she might be wondering about me this way. Wondering what it was that hit me, and blundering like I might be wondering if she might be wondering about me this way. Saturday morning I go to the beach and I'm freed. The air and the surf and the sun are all that you need. If you can't have love, if you can't have love, you read. Saturday morning. Saturday morning I go to the beach and I find the sand and the waves and the air refreshes the mind. If you can't have love, if you can't have love, unwind. Saturday morning I'm teaching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I tutor in the afternoon, and Saturday night I do the same things I do every other night. Marking papers, helping out around the house, odd jobs, an extra arm around the farm, and Sunday like a fool I teach Sunday school. But Saturday morning I've got Hippocrates and Socrates and Shakespeare, Cervantes and Thomas Edison, and lots of books on medicine, and lately William Butler Yeats. I've got a history of bells and H.G. Wells. Time machine waits. Saturday morning. Saturday morning I go to the beach in the fall. The spray and the wind and the chill, I don't mind at all. If you can't have love, if you can't have love, if you can't have if you can't have you do what you can. If you can't have love, life's grim. But Saturday morning, I swim. Okay, so the next two pieces that I'm going to do, the first one is called Do It for Anna, which is from the West Coast, so going to the other side of the country. And it is from the musical Strike, which is about a strike that happened around immigration and racial relations in the early 20th century. And the second song is from the musical The House of Martin Guerre. It is called The World is Changing, and it's an absolutely gorgeous piece. You wouldn't do it for your godson or this woman who's a Jew. You wouldn't do it for my brother whom you so wrongfully accused. You wouldn't even do it for your God whom you don't worship anymore. But I know deep down what moved you to do all you did before. You do it for Anna, you do it for Demian, you do it for Tekla and Taurus. You join in the chorus and march to the ends of the earth. You do it for Anna, for your little family. So what has happened to them never happens again. Let their lives multiply in their worth. Do it for Anna, do it for Demian, do it for Tekla, do it for Taurus. Make your amends and do it for them. The world is changing, Bertrand. I've seen it. Something stirring and sifting, growing and shifting ground. A day is breaking, Bertrand. We're at the start of it. The world is changing, Bertrand. Look around. The world is aching, Bertrand. I feel it. From the throne to the plough, men are questioning how and why. The world is waking, Bertrand, and we're a part of it. The world is changing, Bertrand. So am I. A man can grow tired of what he does, A man can decide he wants more. Choose to reopen the door. I'll be the husband I never was. It won't be the same as before. No one can promise you more. It's not too late to change my life. I need a home, a son, a wife. The world is changing, Bertrand. I know it. Something's trembling and quaking, tearing and breaking free. Life is for living, Bertrand. Come give your heart again. Come spend your life with me. God is forgiving, Bertrand. He'll let us start again. The world is changing, Bertrand. So can we. So the next piece that I'm going to do is from an opera, musical theater, gray area called Nelligan. It's a gorgeous piece that, once again, is from the opera Nelligan. It's a Québécois opera, musical theater work, and it is based on the life of Quebec poet Émile Nelligan. And this piece, Le Vaisseau d'Or, is actually put to music. It was a poem of his, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And the piece after that is actually from Halifax, which I'm really excited also to get to perform. As you can probably tell, I'm very excited to get to perform all this repertoire because I just love Canadian musical theater. And so it is called We're Merely Dreaming Reprise, and it's from Camp. Which is written by Haligonians, Gary Williams and Jamie Bradley, and it was performed at the Neptune Theatre in Halifax back in October of 2018. And it tells the story of, it's very dark, but it's beautiful. It's about these prisoners in during the Second World War, at a concentration camp, and they're there because they're gay, and it's a dark story, but it's also in a way kind of not. It's about not finding it completely bleak and dark. It's about finding that little bit of joy, and I feel that song, the song that I'm going to do, We're Merely Dreaming Reprise, really does that. So first I'm going to do Le Vaisseau d'Or. So here we go. C'était un grand vaisseau taillé dans l'or massif. Ses mâts touchaient l'azur sur des mers inconnues. La cyprine d'amour, cheveux épars, chair nue, s'étalait à sa proue en soleil excessif. Mais il vint dans l'océan trompeur où chantait la sirène. Et le naufrage horrible inclina sa carène aux profondeurs du gouffre, immuable cercueil. Ce fut un vaisseau d'or dont les flammes diaphanes révélaient des trésors que les marins profanes, dégoût, haine et névrose entre eux ont disputé. Que reste-t-il de lui dans la tempête brève? Qu'est devenu mon cœur, navire déserté? Hélas, il a sombré dans l'abîme du rêve. Life is cruel, love's untrue, but we're merely dreaming. I'm a fool for loving you, but we're merely dreaming. Why give in and grieve when life's just make-believe? Years will fly, youth will pass, but we're merely dreaming. Tears run dry and nothing lasts, but we're merely dreaming. You know a brighter day is just a dream away. Even through the darkest night, you'll see the starlight stream just a dream away. Hopes will fade, hearts will break, but when you wake up screaming, just remember when you wake, we're merely dreaming. So I have one piece left, and it is such a great piece as well, like every piece. And it's from one of the few Canadian musicals that have gone to Broadway. There aren't a large amount. This is one of the few, and it is That It Should Come to This from the musical Kronberg, which is based on Shakespeare's play Hamlet. It's a rock musical, and it premiered at the Charlottetown Festival in 1973 and toured Eastern Canada, and even had Beverly D'Angelo from the National Lampoon franchise playing Ophelia. And it then made its way to Broadway for a very, very short run, again with Beverly D'Angelo, as well as Meatloaf. This is such a great piece. I actually know someone who sang this piece, and it's absolutely incredible. Actually, that person played the role of Hamlet last summer at the Charlottetown Festival, where this show was revived, and it's written by Cliff Jones. And actually, the arrangement that I'm doing it was done by the current musical director of the Charlottetown Festival as well. I always like to check and make sure that there's no major technical difficulties. So here is my final piece, and actually before I do that, I have a couple of thank yous to do. First, thank you to Michael McDonald, who gave me a fair amount of tech advice on how to set everything up. To my brother Luke, who did live tech, who did the live tech, making sure that this is all running smoothly, not at this moment, but a chunk of the pre-work. I'm just following a list to make sure I do not forget anyone. Bob Longo, my voice instructor, who worked with me on a couple of the pieces, as well as my MTP, my musical theater presentation instructor, Deborah Tennant, who worked with me on Wondering in particular, as well as to the National Theatre School and CBC Arts, who created the Art Apart program. To Leslie Arden, the composer, lyricist of The House of Martin Guerre, Bob Johnston and Jeff Hockhauser, the team behind Anne and Gilbert, Cliff Jones, composer and lyricist of Kronberg, which is the piece that I'm about to sing, Danny Skewer, the composer and lyricist of Strike, Gary Williams, the composer and lyricist for Camp, and a special thank you to an incredible friend, colleague, and former teacher who taught me music years ago now, a lot longer ago than she'd probably want me to admit. June Rigdon, who has been incredible and provided every single one of the recordings that you have heard this evening. So a huge thank you to her, because they are not easy pieces, and she has done an absolutely incredible job recording them, as always. We have collaborated in the past, and I can say that not only have I never been disappointed, I have always been in awe at how quickly she can pick up a piece and play it and everything. So a huge thank you to June Rigdon for all of the work that she has put into this as well. So now I'm going to do my final piece for the evening, That It Should Come to This. that it should come to this. Wasn't he your brother just yesterday? That it should come to this. Isn't he your lover today? That it should come to this. Couldn't you leave the world the way it was? That it should come to this. Let me be alone, let me be the cause of my own tears. Love has thrown its life to the sun. Foolish to run, you better stay. What is your name? What's there to blame? That it should come to this. Didn't you smile that same smile just yesterday? That it should come to this. Loving does strange things, messes up your mind. That it should come to this. Wouldn't you smile that same smile just yesterday? That it should come to this. Loving does strange things, messes up my mind. So thank you everyone so much for coming out this evening. This is definitely available for replay once I stop the live stream. Thank you again to the National Theatre School of Canada as well as CBC Arts for doing the Art of Pro program. And have a great night.